What is going on to you, Taurus, out there? Hope y'all are having a great day. I'm tired. I just did 12 videos for y'all. So look, this is the 12th. So you, Taurus, you have the Two of Swords, the Moon, and you, Taurus, have the Empress, right? These three cards. So what I'm seeing here for you, Taurus, is that this is about how crossing swords with another person, but tired of crossing swords, right? Tired of being with little beefs with people, little beefs and like I said, the conflict and stuff like this, and tired of that. So you're not gonna get into the pettiness. You're not gonna allow yourself to get into you're not gonna allow yourself to have the situation devolve and you get yourself in a messed up situation where you're going back and forth with the person, or the two of you get into any kind of conflict. If it's not necessary, again, pick and choose your battles. Understand what is worth it and what is not to be in conflict. And if it's not worth it, then it is what it is, right? Stay away from it. And that's what you, Taurus, are doing. You're not going to engage anybody when they want to play games with you, waste your time, and because some of that stuff too is it's also about getting you upset so that they can turn around and say, well, you care about me, you stuck, and it's like, no, you wasted my time, goofy. So the unalive card, and I can't say the D word, otherwise YouTube don't like it, but the unalive card and the temperance right here represents, and because of that, there's a lot more wisdom. It wouldn't be a Taurus reading if it didn't have Scorpio influence, but a lot of you, Taurus, are very much so a lot more wise to this, and you understand that, people will do stuff like that. They'll try to make it seem like you're pressed when that's not necessarily it. It's just that you just don't want them to waste your time because there's no point. If they're not interested, tell you that so that you can go on about your business. But instead, they're doing a bunch of stupid stuff in front of your face. Anybody would be upset that a person is wasting their time, But a lot of you, Taurus, now are beginning to not even get upset about that and just move on with your life. Sometimes you may get upset and you may say something, but a lot of the times you may not even say anything and just continue to move on with your life because of how goofy it is, right? Sometimes you can't necessarily confront every single person, right? Sometimes it's the best thing for you to just walk away because it's a waste of time doing that, right? It's a waste of time confronting the person and getting and engaging in conflict all the time, right? Sometimes you just not have to allow yourself to get caught up. Sometimes it's just like that. Anyway, the Hanged Man and the Judgment right here represents, and since that's the case, a lot of you, Taurus, have to understand that it is going to take some time for you, Taurus, to pay less and less attention. But I promise you, the more you practice not paying attention to the goof troop that people show you that they want to be a part of, is the easier it is for you to not just ignore them. It's not even about ignoring. It's about, you may see it and accept it, but not care. Sometimes you will have to ignore them. Because at the end of the day, right, the Seven of Cups, they're doing their own selves in too. They will make it seem like they are doing so much better without you. But do they actually, though? Do they really? Because I hope YouTube don't hit me for this if I talk about hypergamy, but most people don't practice. Listen, I've said this before. Hypergamy doesn't exist. And if we want to say that hypergamy exists, then it's about selling your integrity to get money. That's what if we're going to say that hypergamy exists. So it either doesn't exist, or if we're going to say and agree that it does exist, then it's about selling one's integrity and completely selling out. Because the reason why I'm talking about this in the first place is because there's no need for you, Taurus, to worry about the exact reason why it is that people do things. If you must know, the reason why is because they're dysfunctional. And I've talked about this ad nauseum. They're dysfunctional. So there's no real point in trying to save individuals where they're off their rocker. There's no point. So the best thing for you to do is to make sure that you're not one of them. And how you're able to make sure that you're not one of them in the first place is by making sure that you don't, you do your best to make sure that you don't engage in dysfunctions that other people engage in. Do not find yourself being in a particular situation where you are at odds with another person for being decent people. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I don't suggest you do that, right? In my own life, truth be told is this, Taurus, people want you to fight them. They want you to not necessarily go to hands, but I mean, like, sometimes that can be that, unfortunately, but much more battle of the minds and like the frustration where they want you to go into this power struggle where it's this tug of war type stuff. It's this power struggle of constant needing to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how frenetic and never ending wrestling is. If you ever seen wrestling, how it is that it's always this movement. It's always this movement, right? And the point that I'm trying to make here with that is this is what they want you, Taurus, to do. And Taurus is a zodiac sign that needs to conserve one's energy, but needs to use energy in a way that makes sense. See, Taurus, y'all represent the builders. Y'all represent the master masons. See, the earth signs represent the builders. It's about constructing the architecture. So Taurus would be like a bulldozer, right? The tool that you use to actually build that architecture faster. The Virgo would be the person that's operating it. The Capricorn would be the plans, right? The schematics and all of that. So the point that I'm trying to make here with that is stop engaging with people that all they want you to do is burn your energy out. Me personally, just to kind of show y'all a little bit of what I'm talking about, I, in my own real life, outside of this YouTube stuff, if you were to see me in the street, if you just happen to know me right in New York and you were to see me in the street, I don't go back and forth with people. I'm not, back and forth. I may do it, but if I do it, then it's some smoke there. You feel what I'm saying? It's some conflict there where we're either going to break bread, where we're going to make money together. We're gonna agree to disagree and go our separate ways and walk away from each other, or we are going to fight it out, basically. Go to the hands with it. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, but I'm not going to waste my energy, right? Most of the times I pick and choose. So I pick and choose my battles, right? Like, I'm not going to waste my time the majority of the time. Sometimes, obviously, I get suckered into it, but I'm not a robot, right? I'm not perfect. But for the majority of the times, I don't get caught up like that because of the fact that, the majority of the times I don't get caught up with it because I know better than to do that. Same thing when it comes to you and these people that all they want to do is get on your nerves. They're gonna try to flip it and feel they're so goofy. They're gonna try to flip it and feel self-important from the perspective of, well, you're on them, you desire them so much, look how stressed out you're being. While the Four of Wands and the Page of Cups is, they're gonna make it seem like, oh, you were so stressed out, you just wanted to be with them and you mad that things didn't go the way that you wanted it to, being caught up in a delusion. And all you, Taurus, wanted was to build into a real family. But if a person wants to lie, let them do it. You know the truth. As long as it doesn't get out of hand to the point where people are coming to you with it, which you have to address it and directly and tell the truth. Come on now. You know, like for instance, what do you think happened with the scenario with the whole Gemini thing? You know, back then when people were starting to say that I don't like Geminis. That's not true. That's not true at all. Because a couple of people started to talk, well, you don't even like Gemini. No, what I didn't like at the time about Geminis is the fact that playing with people, you think playing with people and being disrespectful like that is cool to do. But as far as disliking Geminis and stuff like this as a whole, no, I was in love with a Gemini. You understand what I'm saying? And I cared about the Gemini. I cared about her quite deeply, as a matter of fact. So you have to, until that happens, until it gets to a point where you have to shut down nonsense, you Taurus are good. The only thing that you Taurus have to figure out now, and I'm sure you're going to be feeling good about this by the end of this reading right here, is the only thing that you have to worry about is yourself. You have to enjoy your life. You have to enjoy yourself. Y'all are out here single, so enjoy your life. For the ones that are in a relationship, this may not necessarily be a reading for you. So let's clarify the Page of Cups. Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Knight of Cups, Tower, which is Scorpio, and the Chariot. Yeah, like the Page of Cups. You're not caught up in the illusion of, or the delusion that you have to play, you have to move this way, or you have to play your game the way that they want you to and play into their game. The Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, you're playing your own game. You're living your own life. You're doing your own thing. The Knight of Cups, and now that you are starting to think for yourself, like I said, a lot of people are not going to know how to handle you. Because like, for instance, people are so caught up with, like, for instance, right? Let me kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. People will, you know that it's bad out here when it comes to dating, right? When you know it's bad out here when you approach others and they think that you're flirting with them and they think that you're trying to get at them. When you're like, hey, what's going on? Oh, I have somebody. I don't care. You dirty. What are you talking about? You being into me? No, I'm not into you. You understand the faking out? You understand the head fake of that whole thing? The person has to make up this story in their head. The fact that they have to do that means you can't take these people seriously. You can't take them seriously. Because they telling off on themselves. They're letting you know, I want to be in a relationship with you. When they do stuff like that. They're actually telling, it's projection. They are telling off on themselves. I want to be in a relationship with you. Right? They're trying to give you this idea, because what it is they're trying to project this idea into your head to make you think that it was your idea originally, but it may not have been. But you know that you really on point where you interact with other people and they automatically assume that you are trying to like get something from them and stuff like this. Like, you talking to them and they're like, what you want from me? Nothing other than a conversation, goofy. You know what I'm saying? That happens to me a lot. If you, Taurus, right, find yourself in a situation where that happens to you, you got game. That's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subs. We're at 14,416. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. And yeah, come and pick up the merch, the Kareemspiritworks merch, Kareemspiritworks hood. I'm still trying to work out the designs because it's limited. It's only limited really to the front. So and the torso. So I'm kind of, the chest. So I'm trying to like figure out the designs and kind of play around with the design. So if you know what I'm saying, so please bear with me, but pick up the merch, show some support, get the readings, get the books, get the hoodies or the sweatpants, t-shirts. Appreciate it. And this is fitted too. This is not like some loose stuff, because I don't really like my clothes to be super baggy. I like my stuff to be fitted, skinny, stuff like this. But yeah, I appreciate you.